happy as we continue this Women in Hockey Day at TD Garden to be joined by Mary Kay Messier, the VP of Global Marketing at Bauer Hockey. Thank you so much for being here as we continue to discuss the growth of the game and what people, what companies, what individuals are doing for that. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit more about the commitment that Bauer has to women and girls hockey?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me. What an exciting night to see all the women in the sport come together for a celebration. So thank you very much for having me.
Our pleasure.
At Bauer, we're really focused on being intentional about growing the sport and being more inclusive, and that means creating more opportunities for girls. So we really started with how do we act as a brand, what's our voice, what are our actions, and what are our investments. That's really important. At the elite level, we added a lot of women to our roster, and we put them in global campaigns alongside their peers in the NHL. That was really important to be able to see that level of equality. And then we started to create campaigns to raise awareness to stereotypes and issues, inequities that exist in the sport. We're also creating programs specifically for girls to create a more inclusive environment, to invite them into the sport and make them feel welcome, and partnering with community leaders that are doing great work, like Black Girl Hockey Club. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. They're doing great work, so how do we empower them by creating an equipment scholarship that really helps kids get on the ice?
Well, I love what you're doing. I've seen some of these campaigns. They make me cry. They are truly inclusive, and I think breaking new ground in the sport of hockey. What's your take on just the state of women's hockey today?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's a real key inflection point. It's a time to celebrate. We can celebrate the progress. We can see women in leadership and support roles across the sport. And then we see the exposure of the world's greatest women coming to a new level, and it should, right? The game is fantastic. It's the speed, the finesse. It's really an incredible game to watch. So these are all great things. And then at the same time, it's also time to acknowledge there's so much more work to be done to really drive meaningful equity in the game.
To Bauer, why is it so important to be on the leading edge and take so much initiative in growing the women's game? Why specifically for this company?
Yeah, I think it starts, it's the right thing to do. And when I think about this, we believe in the power of hockey as a vehicle to develop character, self-esteem, teach life lessons, build friendships, and girls deserve all those equal opportunities that the sport provides, and also to develop. So I think that's really important. And to quote a good friend of mine, it also makes good business sense. So more now than ever, consumers want to align with brands that touch their hearts, have shared values, and people care about this. It isn't just about girls and women and mothers anymore. It's about fathers and grandfathers and uncles and aunts and the entire community. They want to see girls given these opportunities. So if you're a brand that wants to make that connection, on top of that, women are incredibly passionate sports fans. They make the decisions to enroll their kids in sports, and they make the entertainment decisions. So it makes good business sense, and despite all the obstacles, girls represent growth in the sport.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And one more thing.
Yes.
More girls and women in hockey makes it a better game.
Yes. Yes. We have to go, unfortunately. We're out of time. TV time is very quick. Our viewership at NESN is 50% women. So it's saying something there, you know, like you said, it makes business sense as well. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry that it was so quick, but I really appreciate your time. We both really appreciate your time. And tonight, guys, a great reminder that hockey is for everyone. You're getting ready for puck drop between the Bruins and Senators with more on Women in Sports Night after the break.